We are doing a CSS Daily. We're going back in time to the last one I haven't done, whatever that might be. I don't know what it is. I haven't done that. Haven't done that. Haven't done that. Haven't done that. Haven't done. I have done that. It was terrible. 15%. I was higher than that at some point, but then made a change last second. Only got 15%. So we'll go to the next one that I haven't done, which is this one. We're going to make it so that we can see the HTML, and we're going to go through the HTML briefly to understand it. The terminals, the entire window, terminal header, we have 3 dots, and the title, I guess. So header dots, we have 3 spans for those things here. Then we have the title. Then we have the terminal body, which is demarcated by that bottom border or top border, depending on how you want to do it. Then we have a status row. Each of the status rows include a label, a track, some sort of a fill, and a percentage. Yes, we have 3 of those. And then we have a divider, which is this line. Then we have the info grid, which I think is all 4 of these, and an info cell with a label and value in each one of them. So we'll have 4 of those. Then finally, we have a couple lines at the bottom. There's no container for those lines other than just the body itself, which should be fine. I mean, I think the entire body, I think that's one thing. The entire body, I mean, the entire form could be a flex. It could be a grid too. I think I'll make it a flex most likely. And then, yeah, the body will also be a flex, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Let's look at what we have over in the CSS. We have a bunch of variables already defined. I'm going to go back and look at those. All of them so far seem to be colors. That's all we've got is colors. And then we have a bunch of selectors. Not the body this time. It seems to go back and forth a little bit on whether or not it shows how the body is being styled. I don't know. But let's go through the variables. We have a few backgrounds. We have a terminal background, a header background, and a track background. What is a track again? I don't know. Probably these? No, probably, well, it's probably the same thing. It's probably this is a track. Let's look. Let's find CPU load. Yeah, bar track. So that's the background of that. What are the other things down here called? That's not it. Uptime. Yeah, so info. We don't have any more backgrounds. I'm guessing that that's the same color. That's a guess. We have a color text. We have a color dim. Maybe this is dim. So this is title. Yeah. So text. Well, no, text and title aren't remotely the same. Color high, color mid, color low. Those are probably the red, yellow, green. Okay. Then we have dot red, dot yellow, dot green. Those are the same colors as the high, mid, and low. Yeah. We have a color for the divider, which is probably the same color as this border. We have a color for the prompt, which I guess is the caret we see here. Do we have to create that? No, it's here. We have a color for the log, which I'm guessing is the text at the prompt. And info label is probably this, and info value is probably that. I'll forget all of this once I start typing, so this is the last time you'll see me actually remember those. One of the things I've been doing is trying to set the overall height and width of the form, whatever we're calling this, the thing, because I feel like it's an easy way to get some percentage done. Maybe the complete wrong approach. Don't know. That's the way I'm doing it for now. So let's get started by putting an outline, 1 cube solid on the form. And height is going to be 350 pixels. That's too high. 300. Let's try 250 to 70 to 60. Not perfect, but close. Width, 400 pixels. Wider, 450. Let's try 500. Let's try 520. That's pretty close. We're going to do overflow clip. Oh, don't need that called clip. And border radius, I don't know, 15 pixels? 10. Looks pretty good. Let's get rid of the outline. For the terminal, we're also going to set a background. I'm just going to say background, and I'm going to say var bg terminal. All right, that gets us 87% done. That's better than most of my scores. I'll just mess it up from now on. All right, terminal header. Let's set background to var bg header. And let's set its height to, I don't know, 40 pixels. 38, 36. Let's set border bottom 2 pixels, solid, var, divider. Okay, there is that. And let's do, oh, the dots. We have to do the dots. Header dots. Okay, there's a container for the dots. Is that right? Yeah, there's a container for the dots, and then there's a container for this text, which is weird. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to deal with that. Okay, but let's do this. Actually, let's do a couple things. Let's display flex. I'm not sure about this one. Justify content. I'm going to say space between and align items center. That's wrong, but that's okay. This is also going to get display flex. And then dot is going to get a border radius 50%. Padding, I don't know where it is, 5 pixels. And I'm going to set a background red just to get it. Okay. Gap, I don't know what it is, 5 pixels. And margin left, 10 pixels. 15. And they're a little bigger. 6 seems close. Seems too big, actually. 5 is too small. Well, maybe not. Maybe that's just a gap problem. 6, 7, closer. Okay, let's go to red, and we have colors for those. Yeah, we have dot red, dot yellow, dot green. Okay, so here, let's just say background should have multi-cursored var red, which it was already close to that. Semicolon. This one is background var yellow. This one is background var, oops, what, green? Green? Okay, there's those. Now we have our terminal title. It's going to get color var. Oops. It's not background color dim, color divider. I think there's a info log prompt note title. That's what it's going to get. And it's going to get margin right 100 pixels. It's going to get font size 15 pixels. 13, 12, getting closer, more margin, 150, maybe it's 200, not 2100. 180, 170, no, it's 80, 90. Okay, that's close. And then we need some letter spacing, 1 pixel. And we need to move it back 180. 80, I said. To 1.5 pixels. And then 170. 65. Not perfect, but pretty close. We haven't changed percentages since setting the background. None of that has made a difference. Interesting note. All right. Terminal body. We have terminal body, then we have a status row. Okay, so the body is going to be display, flex direction, column, and then a status row. Well, actually we have terminal body, then we have status row, which is going to be a display flex as well. What's happened? CPU load, mem used. Okay, that's fine. That's not what I want. Okay, we have terminal body, and we have status row. Is going to be have this span, the div, the span, and the div, and then we have another status row. But there are multiple status rows that should be, flex direction row. What's going on? Something has happened weird. All right, we only have 2 minutes left. CPU load 87%. Mem used. Okay, so we have the terminal body, then we have 3 status rows, right? 1, 2, 3. Right. And then the next thing we have over here is uptime. But the terminal body, oh, it's because I picked WebKit flex direction. Okay. That's better. Status row. It doesn't matter. Justify content space between padding 20 pixels. 0. Nope, wrong way. Doing it exactly backwards. And messing everything up in the meantime. 0 pixels, 20 pixels. Doesn't work if you type pixels wrong. Okay. Now, label, color, var, color, info label, font, size, 15 pixels, 12. Status row, terminal body needs padding, top 10 pixels. That's not, no. 20. That's too much. 18. Okay. The size looks about right. Is it the spacing that we've manipulated? Because mine looks too narrow. Oh, well, you know something else I can do. Font, weight, bold, and then letter spacing, 1 pixel. That doesn't look terrible. And then gap, 10 pixels. That didn't seem to work. Oh, because that's the wrong place. I don't want that there. 87, that's all right. I had 87% when I applied the background. I didn't get better the entire time. I was here at the first minute. Yeah, I was here at the first minute. I mean, it kind of feels like it would have been worthwhile to clean up the top and bottom edges of this little image that I'm seeing rather than spend any time on anything else. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.